No, I was asking the guys about hate, but I feel like that's the vibe of you in Saskatchewan. I'm just wondering if you've ever, as a player, again, motivation is I don't think that you'll need motivation for this week or playoffs in general, or any game for that matter, but does it help when you have that, like they say it's real when they get on the field. They like them personally off the field, guys or whatever, but there's a certain hatred that ignites itself once the whistle goes. Everyone wants to win the trenches. Everybody wants to win the play. And when you have two teams that are trying to do that, that is a natural emotion.
Yeah, I think it may be a strong word. It may be a strong word for the general public. You know, I don't know that I can explain it better than that. And I don't know that it's directed at any particular opponent. I think it's any opponent, anybody you're playing at this time of year. I imagine if you asked every team, it's like there's just, we wouldn't have any time for them, you know? So it is a real thing. Once again, I think it's pretty hard to describe unless you're in it.
Well, I'm going to ask you to do another one because the feelings were, the hatred is real when you're on the field. And again, everything to you said, it's not personal per se, it's just that moment. But then it's countered with, it's the most fun week I want to get. Like, they wouldn't want it any other way. That this is what makes football fun. This is why you play football, to literally have that emotion on the field.
Yep. There's a lot to that. There's probably a lot of that to break down, you know. I don't think it's hard to say it's not personal. Each team is trying to take something away from the other team. And the other team, everybody believes that they should have it, right? Both teams are prepared to work for it. Nobody expects it given to them. And it's a physical sport. So when it'd be interesting if you took out the physicality, what that would feel like. I'm sure there would still be some of those same emotions, right? But it is a fun time. I think that's one of the main points to take away. It's a great time of year that the players, the staff, everybody works so hard to get to this point because they want that feeling, they want that emotion, they want the, you know, I don't know that it's pressure, but they want that responsibility, you know, to do their job well for their teammates.
I'm reluctant to call you guys healthy because obviously you got a couple big names that aren't in your lineup, won't be in your lineup for the rest of the season. But it seems like you know, with all the injuries you dealt with earlier in the year, you are in a place. Looks like Brandon Alexander might be back, Kyrie Wilson might be close to returning. It feels like you are in a good place, minus those bumps and bruises. Would you agree on that?
Yeah, nobody feels great right this time of year. There's no guy that's played that that is 100%. Once again, we go back to 3 or 4 days before training camp is when they feel their best, and they'll never feel that way again until 3 or 4 days before the next training camp, right? So they put themselves through the ringer for sure for their teammates. They lay it on the line all the time. I would say, given the fact that we got the bye week, our guys are in the best state they can be in.
Is there a sense too of, don't want to get too corny, but let's do it for the guy who can't be playing. Let's do it for Dalton or for
I don't think that's corny.
That's not corny.
I think that's real.
It is real.
Yep. I think the guys that get it, it's very real.
Yeah.
It's the same for the underclassmen with outgoing seniors. They may never play again, right?
Right.
So the finality of it, as you look around the room to people you respect, you understand everybody's in a different spot in their career, right? So I think it's very real. It's not corny. I think for the guys that take the information in and notice, it's very important to them.
Following up a little bit on what you talked about with Jeff, you sometimes hear people say it's the team that wants it more. you buy that?
I don't. I've never personally said it,
No.
so I don't know. I wouldn't know how to explain it because I've never thought it through because I wouldn't say it like
Yeah.
that.
You assume everybody wants it the same amount at this point, eh?
Yeah, it doesn't start. It's not on game day though, right?
No,
It
no.
starts. It goes through the entire year, and are they putting in the work through the entire year? You know, what have they? Everybody sacrifices something. Some guys sacrifice a bunch more than others, right?
Yeah.
But I'd even be hard pressed to say that that person wants it more than the other. They're just capable of sacrificing more than the other.
Right.
You know, it doesn't mean that some guys want it just as badly, whatever that is, the amount they're willing to sacrifice through the season. It's just their capacity to sacrifice is different.
Yeah.
Some guys handle pain a lot better than others.
Right. Can you touch on what each of Brandon Alexander, Nick Taylor, and Jake Kelly bring to the safety position? They're seems very different.
Yep. Well, BA is, the first thing people would think of is the physicality
Yeah.
he brings, right? That leadership through laying it on the line and making that area a tough place for people to play in. Nick Taylor would be speed, communication, those kind of things.
Yeah.
And Jake Kelly is, fresh-faced, youthful exuberance, very good athlete. Yeah.
Fresh face, he says he's working on it.
He's trying.
Yeah.
Just looks like he's taken a burnt cork and dabbed it on his face.
Yeah. You mentioned communication with Taylor, but BA's got that going.
Oh, BA's got
Yeah.
communication. Yeah.
So how will we make that
Vets.
decision?
Yeah. The good thing is we got a few more days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When we make it?
I don't know when we have to. We'll probably make it before that, but you'll know when we have to let you know. I mean, that's the truth.
I know.
And I think we've said for a long time here that in any given week, the roster should reflect whatever it takes to win, right? And we've also said that if they're in our building, they can help us win football games. So they're all quite capable, and they all could, go out there and succeed and make everybody better around them too.
And Brandon was saying that if the decision isn't what an individual might want to hear, yeah, it can hurt, but you can't carry that hurt along because it's going to bring the room down too. How important is that quality?
Well, we got a whole room full of those guys, but BA is also exceptional. But yeah, I think over the course of a bunch of years, we got a bunch of guys that understand their role and thrive in their role and might not like it, but just power through it for the betterment of the group. A bunch of guys like that. But once again, BA is an exceptional guy. Thank you.